It's a foggy and somewhat rainy morning today. A second day in Prague.
It's raining today, but I like that they have cleared the path so it's easy to walk on. In yesterday's news, we read that the entire city of Prague had frozen and people were just slipping and falling. There were 100 incidents which were reported that people hurt themselves.
This is not the problem. It's when this comes over here and then it just forms a frozen layer of ice that you can't see because everything under it is much darker. The ice is crystal clear.
Like right here. You see, this is the path. The snow has fallen on the path and then it gets frozen. So that's when it gets really slippery. It feels like you're walking on ice. That is the problem, not this.
So at this point, because the temperature is around 4 or 5 degrees, it's starting to crack, and like black ice is formed on surfaces when, well, maybe it has snowed, maybe it has rained, but the temperature in the area goes under 0 degrees and the water just freezes.
That's what is causing the problem here.
Today, the temperature at this point is just over 4 or 5 degrees. So it is warm and the water has sort of melted away, or they come with like machines and tools to break off the ice and make it easier for people to walk. But otherwise, it's so scary, like you literally slide. Anyways, we are now here at a little park which overlooks the city of Prague, and it's incredible. Last night we actually came the same way, but it was in the evening, and we got to see some surreal lights. And now we can see the whole old town area just from here. Oh, it's so foggy.
A lot of cycle tracks. While walking around in the streets of Prague, we saw many Asian-looking people. Initially, we thought they were all Chinese, but eventually we learned that they were all Vietnamese.
It so happened that back in the communist regime, this is after World War II, both Czechoslovakia, which was part of USSR, and Vietnam, which was also under communism at the time, northern Vietnam, they had treaties signed between themselves where they could have people move around freely. And a lot of Vietnamese people actually came here to work in Prague and other parts of Czechoslovakia. And after the Soviet Union broke apart and Czechoslovakia became independent, a lot of people decided to move back to Vietnam, but then many more actually stayed back. So that's why there's a lot of Vietnamese people who live here in Prague. Never saw that coming.
Fried potato.
So over the last couple of days, we've been really looking forward to having very traditional Czech food, and we did achieve it with having the bramborky yesterday.
And the other item we wanted to taste was the fried cheese, which we have got today. After doing a lot of research, we found out this restaurant, it is like a small canteen.
Yeah, it's a canteen where we don't see any tourists here actually. It's this is what it looks like.
This is fried cheese. It comes with potatoes and tartar, which is their special sauce.
You have an option to choose any other side, but all three of them are potatoes, so we just ask for whichever goes best with it. And
they give either fried potatoes or mashed potatoes or boiled potatoes. We chose fried ones. And while we were standing in the queue, one of the locals told us that we had to try this drink. This is their local Coca-Cola. It's called Cola.
It's a very Czech drink. And this guy, he was like super helpful because with the language barrier, reading the menu boards, it was so incredibly hard.
He couldn't even translate it because the menu was handwritten.
Yeah, so anyway, now we're sorted. We have this whole meal and let's give it a taste. I want to taste the fried cheese.
Oh, it's melting. It's squishy. I just got a small piece of fried cheese and I dipped it in tartar sauce. Oh my god. It is so cheesy. The cheese is just so chewy. It'll take a long time to eat this. This can easily be one of my favorite dishes. It's so crispy on the outside. Once you bite into it, the cheese is so chewy. It takes like, I think, 1 whole minute to finish one bite of this. And the tartar sauce, I think it's basically mayonnaise mixed with some jalapeno, so it's like kind of spicy and tangy as well. This is really good. And I feel this meal is going to be really heavy for us. I already feel so full after eating just one bite.
It's a pretty big one.
You like it? This drink feels like Coca-Cola mixed with Indian spices. Like masala cola. That's the feeling I got.
I'll try that. It's kind of like when you mix fenugreek seeds, like jeera in cola water. I think that's the taste. It's unique. It's nice. It's not very strong.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
not
it.
strong, yeah.
This was the restaurant we ate at. So it's called Appetite. I think it's like a local cafeteria. Everybody who was there seemed to be taking a break from office work.
Yeah, it's lunchtime now. And it had been so long since we ate such a heavy meal.
Yeah, it was very delicious. I liked it so much. We're right now in the old quarter of Prague. And they also have another name for it.
Praha.
The Jewish quarter.
Oh.
But Praha is the other name for Prague. Like, I think when you say Prague, you're supposed to say it like it's a, but also a g.
And there are so many roads diverging from this point.
I think because it's the old Jewish quarter, there should be a bunch of Jewish buildings. Like there's, from what we saw on the map, there was a synagogue, a cemetery, and a few other buildings that have a lot of Jewish heritage here. We have now arrived at the Old Town Square. It's one of the oldest squares in the world and the historic center of Prague. So back then in the 14th century, this is how the city center was actually built. And from all that we've learned, it hasn't really changed much since then. Behind us, this one is actually a cathedral that dates back a very long time, and these twin spires at the top in Gothic style. And these are supposed to be the iconic silhouette or the iconic design of Prague that you can pretty much spot from anywhere in the city. And this one on the other side is another cathedral.
But what's interesting is that there's a clock there which has been working for more than 800 years, and at every hour there is some kind of a performance inside the clock. In a few more minutes, the show will begin. Come here to see that.
While the original clock goes back to the 1400s, the rings inside, they were installed quite recently, in 1940s. So since then it's been maintained in this condition.
That was fun. There were a set of people who were just going around in a circle right below the clock.
That's literally how crowded the place was. I think there were easily a few hundred people just standing there watching that clock. Impressive it is. I haven't seen old moving clocks like that.
We just came to the supermarket and now it's time for some snacks. We made it to the Charles Bridge in Prague. This was the one bridge we wanted to see from the time we came to Prague.
It's a very iconic place. It connects the two sides of Prague, and the river actually is flowing right under. And there are so many old sculptures along the bridge. The bridge itself is from the 1300s, so it's really old. And it looks beautiful. Like on all sides, you can see old buildings.
So grand, and you come at the sunset hour and look at the color of the sky. There's fog in the air mixed with the pink shine from the sunset. It looks like a magical place. A lot of people touching this one and this one for good luck.
Maybe they want him to find a bride. So this is all about our time in Prague.
That means tomorrow we are going to a new place, a new country.
We have a train booked for 8 a.m. tomorrow. So we have to start very, very early. It'll probably still be dark by the time we begin. But the plan is to head next into Poland. So our train tickets take us from the central station here in the city in Prague. And we go out about 5 hours or so on the train to Krakow, the southern city in Poland. So pretty excited to go there. So we'll see you again in that next vlog.
Bye. We just got this bridge and this magnet as so nice.
Oh, what is that? It's important. But brother, why is there a lock everywhere, even here? These Europeans, I tell you, they always love their clocks and their locks.
They have covered the walls and the roofs with pigeon nets to protect it, but you can see a pigeon sitting right at the corner of the net.
This behind us is behind us. That is ahead of us.
Subscribe!